Well, good morning to you. Let's take a look here. What's happening? Warmer air is on the way here. That'll continue to linger as we go through the weekend, holding on to portions of this. And I'm going to tell you, it'll last all the way through your Saturday, and then eventually we'll start to see colder conditions come in as you get into Sunday, and then eventually cooler conditions in the forecast as well. So that's really what's going to happen. You're going to hold on to 30s right now, some 20s in the forecast. So we're like on the cooler side of things currently right now, holding on to a few high clouds drifting by right now as well. So fair skies currently. We've been seeing that for the last few days in the early morning hours. Giving way to a ridge building here. You can see that huge ridge building working its way into the Midwest. As it does, though, moisture is also associated with that coming in from Southern California as well as portions of Northern California, getting up into the mountains, bringing some rain and snow there, and eventually ushering that back into the Rockies and bringing it up to Canada as well, maybe dropping some of that for us as we go in the next few days. High pressure is building, as you can see as we go through today. That high pressure ridge will continue to build and bring us those temperatures I just mentioned. Widespread 60s in your forecast. We'll get into the day with these winds coming out of the south, and then a few high clouds drift by as we finish out the daytime, holding on to at least some sunny to partly cloudy skies to finish out by Eau Claire all the way down to La Crosse. 60 degrees all the way through, but again, increasing clouds as we get into tonight. You'll be seeing these winds coming out of the southwest, and eventually, I should say, they'll be starting to change a little bit. You can see up to the north here, a little bit of circulation is getting underway there, and as that happens, an area of low pressure is ushering in some rainfall, possibly getting the overnight hours coming in from the northwest, working by Minneapolis and pushing some rainfall towards Ladysmith. Eventually, that gets towards Eau Claire. We have right between, say, 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. potential showers, a 30% chance for La Crosse, giving way to areas right by Black River Falls, going to Sparta as well, and then that rainfall tracks out of the region. So you're seeing a 30% chance getting into the forecast for tomorrow morning. Breezy and gusty winds will also ensue as those winds begin to pick up later on today, getting into tonight and tomorrow. We'll also see La Crosse only has a 10% chance of that happening, and not much of a chance getting back to finish out most of the next couple of days. However, take a look at this. We get into tomorrow's lows. You're going to be seeing 40s and 50s, so on the cooler side of things as well, to milder conditions. And then eventually we get into the highs for your Saturday, where you're going to be seeing the possibility of cloudy skies to start in the morning, and then giving way to at least the possibility of, again, breezy and gusty winds, as I mentioned, all the way through the morning. So it's going to feel a little bit tad colder on your skin as we finish out, even though it's not that cold. Holding on to highs for Saturday, you're looking at 50s up to the north in the central portion of the area, back down to 60s. So still above seasonal average to warmer conditions down to the south. Mostly sunny skies will ensue. Sunday's lows, once again, colder. You're seeing 20s and 30s holding on to the forecast, and then you can see that getting on with breezy and gusty winds still lingering. Those winds will subside as we get through the afternoon. Eventually, we'll see temperatures in the 40s, a widespread going below seasonal average by a degree or so. Holding on to Monday's lows, teens come back in the area for kids going to school in the morning for Monday. And eventually, cold conditions and light winds will ensue. Getting into Monday, you're going to see temperatures in the 30s, the 40s, possibly to finish out the day with nighttime rainfall coming in overnight going into your Tuesday, where we could see a mix of rain and snow to finish out. Right here going to Monday night, going to your early Tuesday with drier conditions for Tuesday afternoon. Still cooler though, down to 42 degrees for your high. Mostly middle 40s to finish out most of the work week, getting into some slightly cooler conditions with showers coming in for Thursday and Friday of next week. Back to you.